Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. This is the Prepared Suburbanite. Been real busy the last couple 3 weeks or so, doing a lot of projects around the house, working in the bathrooms, regrouting the tiles and those kinds of things. So I haven't been too awful motivated to be posting videos, but I thought it would be a good time just to reflect a little bit on the question, am I glad I'm a prepper? Given what's going on in today's environment, in today's economy, worldwide, there's a lot of stuff to be concerned about, and I am thrilled that I have been preparing for well over 10 years now. So stick around, I'll get into some detail. The president just announced, I think, earlier this week anyway, whatever day it was, Wednesday or Thursday. Today is Friday, March 25th, 2022, and there is only 9 more shopping months till Christmas. But anyway, the president announced earlier this week that we are and should be facing a food shortage because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Well, I think there's something to be said there. I can't obviously disagree with them because I do believe that there will be a food shortage. There already is, and I'm starting to experience it around here, that we are seeing sparsely stocked shelves in both local grocery stores and in our local wholesale clubs, Costco's, BJ's, Sam's Club, those kinds of things. And what I'm seeing is stuff that I've looked for that's popular in my food storage areas is getting really hard to find. Pasta products, macaroni, rice even. My favorite juice is tomato juice and V8 juice, and the only thing that I can find are those little squatty cans about that big, and I used to like to buy it in the quart bottles. Can't find that in the wholesale clubs anymore, but I can find it at a very inflated price at the local supermarkets. So I'm a little concerned about that. I don't think it's solely because Russia invaded Ukraine that we're going to be experiencing food shortages. I see the current administration's energy policies playing a pretty big role in what's going on with that right now. Yeah, there's a fertilizer shortage. And I'm pretty concerned about that. The coffee growers in South America are dependent on fertilizer that comes out of Russia and Ukraine and Belarus and those areas, and they're just not going to be exporting fertilizer any longer, and so the coffee crop is going to begin to dry up. The energy policies are in fact impacting our farming communities, that they with diesel being $5 a gallon right now, farmers are somewhat reluctant to invest the kind of money that they have invested, along with the rising fertilizer the lowered fertilizer availability and the higher fertilizer pricing. Farmers are just not going to invest like they used to, because they're pretty much assured they're going to be losing money if they go spend a ton of it right now. There are very few days of supplies left. And I'm concerned about the old adage that we're only 9 meals away from famine, that kind of a thing. It's pretty difficult. So when we put our prepping plan together a number of years ago, the original goal was to be able to just stick it out for maybe 2 to 4 weeks in case of some sort of major weather catastrophe or loss of income or a job, something like that. So we stockpiled enough canned goods and rice and beans and a couple cases of drinkable water and a few little things here and there that we decided would be a good idea. And when we looked at it, we said, yeah, we can make it for a couple, 3 weeks. But as time went by and things kept cascading to the negative, I got more and more concerned that with the recent election results in 2020, that it was really time to really, truly re-examine. At the time when Biden took office, we were prepared for maybe 6 to 9 months for just for me and my immediate family. And I said that's not going to be enough because I may end up having to host children, grandchildren, and stuff like that. So I took a real hard look at our food storage, water, power alternatives, cooking alternatives, and decided that I was going to begin investing. And I'm retired and, living on basically a limited income. It takes a little bit of juggling around in your budget to make sure that you can afford to do all the kind of stuff that we needed to do. But we did. I increased our storage capacity by adding a couple more shelving units to our preps area. We invested more in what I would call tangibles and bought quite a few things that we really needed to stock up on to make it stretch. I probably picked up another dozen 5-gallon buckets with Gamma Seal lids and got them all filled now with rice that's been packaged in Mylar bags. They're filled with flour. They've got vegetables in there. There's beans. There's all kinds of stuff that we've put up in that. Also invested some money in some of the pre-prepared stuff that you get from Patriot Supply and this and that, the freeze-dried meals and the pouches and stuff from Mountain House and things like that. So I've got quite a storage of that kind of stuff, probably for just the two of us, probably 3 months worth of just that. And so we increased a little bit of that as time went by. I continued to invest in precious metals, silver in particular, what they call junk silver, the 90% silver dimes and quarters and half dollars and all that. I checked this morning, and boy, I'll tell you, it's getting hard to find reasonably priced silver anymore. You can see the sort of reasonable, at least market pricing, but availability, they just don't have it. Yeah, if you want to spend $12,000 or $15,000 getting a huge bag of 90% silver coinage, you can do that, but my budget really just doesn't allow that. I'm kind of a couple of $100 a month investing in precious metals, and there's really slim pickings out there. JD and SD, the silver suppliers that are online, local stuff, pretty much hard to find around here. So it's been kind of tough. So there's shortages all over the place. Concerned about the fertilizer shortage impacting the wheat crops and the coffee crops and soybeans and all that other stuff that we're going to be needing in the future. I'm concerned that the continuation of the war in Ukraine by the Russians that unconscionable nonsense that they're going through. I've got a friend that is from Ukraine, and what she's describing, based on reports that she's getting back from friends and family that are in Ukraine, is it's just horrific. So what the Russians are doing has to be internationally condemned, and I hope the European Union, the United States, our allies in NATO, I hope they really stick to their guns and teach this evil man, Putin, a lesson. So back to the question. Am I glad that I prepared? I sure am. Because right now I think the two of us, my wife and me, plus my extended family with my daughters, grandchildren, that kind of stuff, I think that we're going to be able to make it for a good solid year to year and a half with what we've got and what we're growing. Right now we're growing, we've started our garden, we've got the seedlings going with tomato plants and peppers and Brussels sprouts and broccoli, stuff that we enjoy eating and stuff that we have had some success with. We've already planted the early spring stuff. We got potatoes in the ground. We've got lettuce ready to transplant and get out there. Already put in the flowers to bring in the pollinators. So I think our garden's in pretty good shape. We're heading in the right direction anyway. So I'm kind of interested in what all changes you're all making in your preparation plans now that we're facing food shortages, fertilizer shortages, gasoline shortages, diesel shortages. I'm concerned that the supply chain, as strained as it is right now, is going to get even more strained. So, but my answer to my question is I am certainly glad that I have been prepping for the last 10 plus years. This is the Prepared Suburbanite, reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.